All right, for everybody on Facebook and Instagram asking me how to make homemade natural sunscreen and bug repellent, this is how you do it. It doesn't take very long at all. We'll get right to it. What you need is some essential oils if you want to make it smell good, or bug repellent. If you want to make the bug repellent part of it, you also need cloves. If you just want to make the sunscreen part of it, you need olive oil, beeswax, coconut oil, and this is the big ingredient, zinc oxide powder. You want to get the kind that is non-nano and uncoated. That being said, we start out with coconut oil. We're going to put 3 big scoops of that into a microwave safe bowl. I like these little Pyrex ones because they're very pourable and easy. And I'm just using a regular spoon. I'm not measuring it out at any scientific method. We're going to just do 3 scoops of that, microwave it for a minute. We also put the cloves in it while we microwave it so the cloves start making their smelly thing happen. And we'll show you what happens next. Okay, after microwaving the coconut oil and the cloves, we got about a half a cup of liquid coconut oil. Then we're going to start adding in some of the other stuff to make the sunscreen portion of it. We're going to put just a splash of coconut oil in there. And if you want to make it more heat resistant, don't use the coconut oil. Not like that. Just enough to change the color. Okay, we got the splash of olive oil in there, and that's just to make it a little bit easier to spread. If you use just coconut oil and beeswax, it makes it a little bit more heat resistant, and it will still spread, and it melts just with your body heat. But it is a little bit harder in the little containers, so you have to kind of scrape it out with your fingernail. Next, I'm going to add some beeswax. These are just white beeswax pellets, just about that much. I tend to just put in just enough to cover the bottom, about that much, just enough so it's suspended and it takes up all the space in there. And then we're going to add next the zinc powder. This I just do 1 big spoonful. Nothing quite measured out perfectly. Just kind of stir it in. It's not going to turn completely liquid yet. We just want to stir it enough to get all the powder off the spoon. Get all the beeswax off the spoon. Yeah, that should be good enough. And then we're going to put this back in the microwave for another minute. Okay, while we're waiting for that to microwave, I'm going to go over some scents real quick. If you want to make this repellent for mosquitoes and biting flies and all sorts of other bugs, to get them to leave you alone, use citronella, peppermint, lemongrass, and eucalyptus. Those 4 will keep bugs off of you. If you want it to just smell good, try putting in rose, jasmine, and vanilla. Those 3 scents together make this smell really good, and it's almost like having a perfume on you at all time. So that's kind of a rundown. These are just basic essential oils we got on Amazon, nothing fancy. And the dinger just went off, so let's mix it up. Alright, this is what it looks like right out of the microwave. I'm going to stir it until we see all of the beeswax pellets disappear, which shouldn't take too long. It's going to turn kind of a milky white consistency. Still a few more beeswax pellets down there. Alright, now I'm just seeing cloves floating around in there. No more beeswax pellets. So that's good and mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and add my essential oils in there last. This is going to take 2 hands, so let me go add those. Okay, I got the essential oils added. Sorry I didn't video that. That takes 2 hands to do. Basically, I just used 1 dropper of each of these 4 to make the bug repellent stuff. Like I said earlier, though, if you just want it to smell good and you want it to smell like women's perfume, try vanilla, jasmine, rose. If you want to make it smell like a really fancy guy's cologne, try using vanilla, bergamot, and sandalwood. that smells really good together. But like I said, I just used a dropper of each. Went right into this. So we're just going to stir it up one last time. Give it a nice stir, nice and liquid. And I'm pouring it into these little tin container things that I got on Amazon. I think a 20 pack of these things was like 15 bucks. So gonna make a whole bunch of sunscreen. Oop. And as you can see, filled up 3 containers. So this is the 3rd batch of this I've done. I've got a bunch of it now. So a thing of beeswax, a thing of the zinc oxide powder, coconut oil and olive oil and cloves, which you may have in your kitchen, will make you a ridiculous amount of homemade sunscreen. So try it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. See you later.